Hey guys, what's going on? True Strength here, and today we will be covering the Warlords of Draenor Ret Paladin PvP rotation and/or priority list. But anyways, we're just going to jump straight into it. I don't want to waste your guys' time too much. If you played any time before, nothing has really changed as far as our rotation. This guide is going to be aiming mainly towards our newcomers that really don't know what's going on and informing them of what abilities we have, how our damage revolves around, and when to use these abilities. But anyways, as I was talking about, you can notice this bar right here as my cursor is going around. Let me move out of the way so I'm not targeting that stupid dummy there. But anyways, we have, that is our holy power, and that is how we use our finishers. Anyway, as you can tell, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the ability to generate 5 holy power. All of our finishing abilities only use 3 holy power, but this is for those occasions like if you're not on target at the time and you still want to be able to do damage and you're at a distance and you need to use your judgment or your exorcism, you can still use those abilities without wasting holy power, and you'll be able to stock some up pretty much. Anyways, we're just going to jump straight into our holy power generating abilities. Get used to these abilities. You'll be hitting them a lot. You'll see Crusader Strike, Judgment, Exorcism, and as well as our finisher, Hammer of Wrath. All 4 of these abilities generate holy power. The main 3 that you will be hitting will be Crusader Strike, Judgment, and Exorcism. Hammer of Wrath, I'll go ahead and cover it real quick, as our finisher. It can only be used while our Avenging Wrath is active or when our target is below 20% health. So it's pretty much like a Warrior's Execution. It's our finisher ability. Well, not our finisher ability, but it's our execution. Anyways, let's focus on Crusader Strike, Judgment, and Exorcism. All 3 of these abilities only generate 1 holy power apiece, 2 of which are ranged. 1 is a melee ranged ability, which is Crusader Strike, and Judgment and Exorcism both are ranged abilities, with Judgment having a 40-yard range and Exorcism having a 30-yard range. The way you really want to prioritize these is you want to make sure to keep Exorcism on cooldown. The reason being is on a melee swing, you have the chance to reset the cooldown of Exorcism. So you don't want to waste any damage or holy power there, so you want to make sure to keep it on cooldown. That way you're generating, that way if it's proccing, you're generating as much holy power as possible and dealing the most damage as possible. So make sure to keep Exorcism on cooldown. Then you want to make sure to keep Crusader Strike, and as you can see, we already have an Exorcism proc there, so you want to make sure to use it. And as you can see, we're at 3 holy power, and our finishing ability is now active and able to use, so we're going to go ahead and hit it. And we have another Exorcism proc, Crusader Strike, Judgment, Templar's Verdict, Exorcism. Make sure to keep it on cooldown every time it procs. And there you go, guys. That's just a quick look at how the 3 main abilities we use works out. Once again, Exorcism, Crusader Strike, Judgment. Of course, if you're not melee range, you're going to prioritize Judgment over Exorcism. That way you make sure you're generating those holy powers and you're doing as much damage as possible, even though you're not really in range of your target. But to cover Judgment real quick, Judgment does a lot of things for us. It gives us our speed boost, as well as if you're glyphed for it, which right here, Glyph of Burden of Guilt, it for 2 seconds reduces your enemy's movement speed by 50%. If you're glyphed into that, it also provides us with our slow. The third thing it does is after 2 successful judgments, let me go to the talent here, which is under Selfless Healer. Your successful judgment to reduce the cast time and mana cost of your next flash of light by 35%, and increase the effect of others by 20%, stacks up to 3 times. Oh yeah, I apologize. That is 3 stacks. So on your 3 successful judgments, you get a free to use no cast time flash of light. I'll go ahead and get another judgment in, and I'll be able to show you guys what that looks like. And as you can see, our flash of light procced here, and we'll go ahead and hit it. No cast time, no mana used. So yeah, right off the bat, there is a couple of things that Judgment does for us. So yeah, it's a really important ability. And of course, Crusader Strike. Crusader Strike, just as is, it's just a melee swing. It deals 2,694 physical damage and grants 1 holy power. Nothing special going on there, just a ability for you to use while you're in melee range. And that's it on it, guys. So as you can see, those are our 3 holy power generating abilities. Prioritize Exorcism, Crusader Strike, and Judgment in that order. And of course, whenever you have your 3 holy power and are able to, your Templar's Verdict. And anytime targets in execution range or you have your burst activated, you want to prioritize Hammer of Wrath over top of all 3 of these. So pretty much it'll go like Hammer of Wrath, generate your 3 holy power, your Templar's Verdict, Exorcism, so on and so forth. Oh yeah, I was kind of getting into the burst there, I apologize. Anyways, when they're in execution range, prioritize as you would, but with Hammer of Wrath in front, so it'll be Hammer of Wrath, Exorcism, Crusader Strike, and Judgment. But anyways, let's jump into our burst here. As you can see right here, Avenging Wrath, this is going to be our main cooldown whenever you feel like you need to do the most damage as you possibly can. It increases all damage and healing done by 20% for 20 seconds. Ret Paladins rely a decent amount on our burst cooldowns, granted that in Warlords of Draenor, our consistent damage is a lot better than what it is compared to MOP. But once again, we still revolve around our Avenging Wrath. There's a reason it's one of the shortest offensive cooldowns in the game, as Ret Paladins rely heavily on it. Anyways, you're also going to want to combine that into a macro with Holy Avenger, as well as your on-use trinket if you have any. Humans are mainly going to be the only ones able to use that. But anyways, you're going to want to combine those 3 abilities as seen in this macro right here. Let me hunt it down for you guys real quick. That's for whenever I play Holy. Right here, as you can see, show tooltip Avenging Wrath / cast Avenging Wrath / cast Holy Avenger / use 13. What this is going to do is going to allow you to use all these abilities at one time without having to click or, well, my bad, keybind all these separately and have to hit all of them at separate occasions, wasting a lot of time. Anyways, to explain what Holy Avenger does, before I stated that all our 4 holy power generating abilities only generated 1 holy power. With Holy Avenger active, they now generate 3 holy power, which gives you the ability to hit your finishers more often. So I'll go ahead and show that to you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to blow our cooldowns. We're going to use Avenging Wrath, and as you can see, we have 3 holy power from 1 ability. So we're going to go ahead and use our finisher, Avenging Wrath, finisher, Exorcism, finisher, Crusader Strike, finisher, and there you go. That's exactly what it looks like, guys. Your holy power generating abilities now generate 3 holy power, and of course with Avenging Wrath they now do 20% increased damage. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our burst. Once again, make sure you're prioritizing Hammer of Wrath while your cooldowns are active. Every time it comes off cooldown, you're gonna want to make sure to be using it. And as soon as you have those 3 holy power, you're going to be using your finisher, which in Warlords will be Final Verdict instead of Templar's Verdict. Also, during your cooldowns, guys, either right before or, well, I recommend right before you mash your big cooldowns, such as Holy Avenger, Avenging Wrath, to put up Execution Sentence. That way it's already doing its damage over time effect, and you're not wasting time. See, if you already hit your cooldowns, then you're going to have to waste a global cooldown on Execution Sentence compared to when you could have hit it first, then blew your cooldowns and went straight into your damage. Execution Sentence is a 1-minute cooldown. It is a talent that you get to choose, and the reason I like it is it's a little bit more bursty. It does damage over time effects once again, and at the end it deals a burst amount of damage. It's not a super amount, but it's decent. As you can notice, though, it is on a 1-minute cooldown compared to our cooldowns being on a 2-minute cooldown. So if you find yourself without your big cooldowns, but it's off cooldown, and you're in one of those situations where you could possibly land a kill and you want to do as much damage as possible, you can go ahead and put up Execution Sentence and drag that out. Anyways, I'll go ahead and show it to you. The proper way to burst will be right here. You're going to go ahead and put up oh, sorry about that. I had numlock on. Apologize, guys. Anyways, you're going to go ahead and put up your execution sentence, blow your cooldowns, Hammer of Wrath, finisher, exorcism, finisher, Hammer of Wrath, finisher, Crusader Strike, finisher, Hammer of Wrath, and finisher. But anyways, I know the cooldowns last longer than that, but I got a little bit to explain. Anyways, you'll notice there that pretty much I used Hammer of Wrath, finisher, another whether it be exorcism, judgment, or Crusader Strike, finisher. And by the time I got done using that second ability, Hammer of Wrath was off cooldown and able to use. So it comes off cooldown pretty quick. It only has a 5.27 second cooldown. So you're going to be using it every other ability, especially when your cooldowns are in effect. But anyways, guys, that was how you burst right there. Make sure you get your execution sentence up, use your cooldowns, prioritize Hammer of Wrath, Exorcism, Crusader Strike, Judgment in that order. Of course, you're going to prioritize Judgment over Crusader Strike if they are out of range. If they are in melee range, make sure to be using Crusader Strike over Judgment, even though it does give us all of those wonderful buffs. Something else to note, guys, in Warlords of Draenor, we have a chance to proc Divine Storm after using a finisher. So if we spend our 3 Holy Power on our Templar's Verdict and or Final Verdict, we have a chance to proc a free to use Divine Storm. Divine Storm usually costs 3 Holy Power, and it is our AoE damage, but we will never be using that in any other situation in PvP. It will always be Final Verdict. The only time we will be using this is whenever we get the proc. The reason for that is this Final Verdict. Once you use your Final Verdict at level 100, it also increases the damage and radius of your next Divine Storm by 100%. So it gives it a wider range, and it also buffs that damage a whole lot. It pretty much just doubles the damage of it. But anyways, once it procs, you're going to make sure to use it on cooldown. Use it on when it procs every time as soon as possible. It's giving us the opportunity to do a little bit more random burst per se, and it may even depend on how much it procs. It may even help our consistent damage out a substantial amount. But anyways, guys, that's really it for our damage rotation. Nothing too difficult, nothing too special to watch over there. Just as I said, make sure to keep these 3 Holy Power generating abilities on cooldown. That way you're, during that Holy Power, getting out those finishers and doing as much damage as possible. For you newcomers, I hope I was able to help explaining things. I hope you guys have a better understanding of the class, and hope you guys enjoy the Ret Paladin. We're looking really solid in Warlords of Draenor, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. You guys have a great night. Peace.